I was doing a radio piece, and Mike was doing something, and she said, you know, I'm thinking about doing a little film about myself, about my creative process, and I'm thinking about putting a little GoPro camera on my head. And I thought, well, I'm interested in GoPro cameras. You know, they're little ones that people jump out of airplanes with and do radical sports and so forth. And so I said, well, you know, that's a good idea. Maybe I should, you know, use a second camera, and maybe we'll do something together. We didn't know each other from about 30 years ago. So I knew her work. I didn't know it well. She kind of knew my work. We then kind of went to layer 2, which is I'll come over to the studio, and you know, I'll see if I kind of like your work, and get a sense of who you are. So it's that kind of dance, you know, of you know, would this be an interesting person? And I guess the thing, I mean, I have a lot to say about this, but one of the things is, for me, is that it's not entirely about the art. If I don't like the art, I wouldn't do it. I mean, like Mike jumps into dumpsters. That's one of the things she does. She uses found painted wood, and some of it comes out of the ocean, and some of it comes in dumpsters. And there are a lot of people on Cape Cod that jump into dumpsters, and they get stories written about them, and there are radio pieces about them, and you know, often the art is just awful. I mean, it's just terrible. And so I wouldn't. So there's sort of one bar that there's a worthiness, you know, that she's an artist who's worth paying attention to. But I don't think it's about the art. Beyond that, I think it's about the life. You know, that you really, it's not a art education film that I'm making. If I were just interested in her art, I might do a Q&A. You know, I might do something else. But, you know, I think you have to be seduced by the life and what the life brings, you know, and that's what you're trying to figure out when you meet somebody, you know, the second time or third time is, you know, are you really excited about this life? And the test is kind of like, oh man, I ran into this person who was just incredible. She jumps into dumpsters, and she's wearing a camera on her head, and blah, blah, blah. You have to be really excited about it going in, because there's so many ways that it can go awry and fail. And so you have to be then seduced for the right reason. You know, if you just want to hang with Mike, you know, go mix your paints or, you know, do something else. But if you're gonna make a film, you know, you have to find